The View of the Undertaker's Wife by Anita Jo Shipman. Oftentimes people ask me all kinds of crazy questions, and one of those questions is, what do I fear the most about working at a funeral home, or what scares me? I think sometimes people think I'm going to say that being around death scares me, or I think some people think that there's spirits wandering around the funeral home and such, but those things are not what scare me. That's not what I fear the most. I think what I fear the most, and I know we're not supposed to fear, but sometimes a little bit of fear is not that bad. But what I fear the most is losing someone I love. Losing someone I love and walking through that journey of grief and hearing the funeral home phone ring and the other person on the other end of the line sending me the news that I don't want to hear. Grief is hard. Grief is probably the most painful thing that we'll ever experience in our life when we lose someone that we love. And unfortunately for me, on July 4th of 2020, what I feared the most became a cold, hard reality for me. It was a beautiful sunny day. Everything in life seemed to be going just perfect. When all of a sudden, out of the blue one day, my mom sent me a text message and she put, "I love you." My mom and I, we didn't always have the best relationship. And thankfully, I did have time with her before her passing to get that healing that we both needed. But I thought to myself, once I read the text message, I'm going to finish the project that I was working on with my husband at the farm, and then I'll give her a call. But little did I know, just 15 minutes later, my phone would ring, and it would be my brother on the other end of the phone. Truth is, we never know when death is going to shake us. We never know when we're going to get the phone call or the knock on the door that we so don't want to hear. But my brother, once I answered the phone, he said, "Anita, Mom has been rushed to the hospital and they believe that she's had a stroke." Within just 2 weeks, my mom would transition into eternity and pass on. But what I didn't prepare for in those 2 weeks as I helped my mom with her transition into eternity was the loss of my best friend on the same day. Leanne was someone I was very close to and been friends with for many years and was actually kind of like a mom to me with the type of relationship that I had had with my own mom. She was older than me, gave me all the advice that I needed, whether it be menopause, husband, marriage, whatever. She was there. Leanne passed away at 10:30 that morning. And then at 5:30 that afternoon, my mom took her last breath. I remember the pain. I remember the dark cloud that seemed to just go over me. I remembered the moment that the hospice nurse called the funeral home to report my mom's passing, and my husband, the undertaker, pulled up to the hospice home in Tulsa and came in with his cot and picked Mom up. He was so kind and so gentle, and I remember him looking at me and asking me if I wanted to help or give her one last kiss. I couldn't bear to continue to do what I do at the funeral home in that moment. I realized at that time I had to let go and allow Jason be the undertaker that he was, and for me to be the daughter that I was to my mom and the friend that I was to Leanne. I followed Jason all the way back to our funeral home in Wagner with Mom in the back of our removal van. As we got to the funeral home, I remembered sitting on the back of my Jeep and looking up at the sky and just questioning, God, why? Why? Why both in the same day? The pain was hard. It was deep. It was a cold, hard reality of what I feared the most had truly happened. I share this video with you to say this. Grief is real, and grief is painful. And as humans, we try everything that we can do to cover up the pain, to numb the pain, to run away from the pain. But I want you to know that we're here for you. We are here to help you through your journey of grief. We're not just a funeral home that does the celebration service. We're also a funeral home that's here for you after the service and after you've lost a loved one. You don't have to walk this journey alone. We know the importance of embracing the feelings of grief, to walk through the grief, but also having someone to hold your hand as you walk that journey by yourself. Thank you for tuning in. And if you have any questions, just give us a call at 918-485-9525. Thank you for watching.